What is up, everybody? Jay Nell here with my late recap of UFC Fight Night 82. As you know, my situation's a little weird. That's why I'm like coming to you from the Twilight Zone. I apologize. You're here for my words anyway. So, of no research, I actually did pretty good. I got 4 out of 6 picks. First up, I did not get this pick. I chose Sean Spencer to beat Mike Pyle. He did not. He started off good, in my opinion, won the first round, but ended up getting finished in the third due to a series of some devastating knees, punches, and elbows to the point where I was like, okay, ref, stop the fight. Stop the fight. This is a great fight for Mike Pyle, a great win for Mike Pyle, who's 40 years old, still rocking the mullet. Who would you like to see Mike Pyle fight next? Next up, I got this pick. I chose Misha Serkinov to beat Alex Nicholson. Nicholson, this was his UFC debut, but I actually think he did pretty well, although he lost in the second round due to it was like a neck crank kind of. It was across the jaw. Misha was going for the rear naked choke, but his arm was actually against the jaw when Nicholson tapped out. Now, Nicholson has broken his jaw before, and it looked like he kind of tapped out from the pain there. He even was grabbing the jaw afterwards. So who would you like to see Misha fight next? This wasn't the best showing. The eyes were kind of on this cat, and I felt like he was kind of flat-footed. He got tired by the end of the first round. He was kind of sloppy. So if you're going to compete in the 205 division, you're going to have to clean it up, Misha. Next up, I chose Joseph Benavidez to beat Zach Makowski, and he did. And I figured that he would just be a little bit physically stronger. He was 3-round decision. I figured he would just have more tools, more experience, and that's kind of what got him through. This is a good, solid win for Joseph. Who would you like to see him fight next? Next up, I got this pick. I chose Ovince St. Preux to beat Rafael Feijiao. He did 3-round decision. Totally agree. Rafael looked like he wanted out of this fight in about the second round. Ovince managed to outstrike him on the feet. Also on the ground, he managed to take him down, ground and pound, and I felt like there were some moments where if Ovince would have mounted like a flurry of punches, he could have got this fight stopped. So I think that the finish he left out there. However, good win for Ovince. Who would you like to see him fight next? Next up, co-main event. And I got this pick as well. I got Roy Big Country Nelson to beat Jared Rushholt. This is a 3-round decision, actually. No one got knocked out. And I think they both kind of left some things out there, especially Jared. Jared, I understand you respecting him in the first round, but second and third, I think he actually was getting through with some jabs and some things. But it seemed like every time he got hit by Roy, it would kind of stop his momentum. He definitely was scared of Roy's power. So there was times where he didn't follow up, times where he could have set up a takedown and he didn't because he just really didn't want to get that close to Big Country and that big old belly, which I totally understand. But I think he might have left the win out there. So I agree with the decision. Roy outpunched him. He landed the most devastating shots more often. He also landed some really nice leg kicks that I wanted to see more of. So, heavyweight division, you go on like a 3-win fight win streak and you're right in there. So who do you think is next for Roy Big Country Nelson? Next up, main event. And I did not get this pick, but if you saw my prediction video, I'm happy because I was actually rooting against my pick. I didn't do the research, so I couldn't take the risk on Wonderboy. But Stephen Thompson whooped Johny Hendricks in a way that I don't think anyone saw coming. He dominated him from the first minute to that first minute. I think he beat him in about 45 seconds, I believe. He just totally dominated him on the feet. We knew he had the kicking advantage. I forget, he punches deceptively hard as well. Hendricks did get a hand on him at one point, got him up against the fence, tried to take him down, but Steven was able to stuff that takedown, and when he got in space, boy, did he make it count. He landed, I believe there was a side kick to the body. There was also a kick to the head. He ended up knocking him against the fence, and it was a punch that dropped Johnny. He followed up by some more punches up against the fence, and I believe it was Herb Dean stopped the fight. TKO victory for Wonderboy. His biggest victory to date. He called out the champ afterwards. You ain't ready for that yet, son. You gotta beat 1 or 2 more people in that top 5, top 7 before you can call out Robbie Lawler. But this was a great victory for him. Let me know how you did on all your picks. Let me know any injury updates. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I will have 15-second recap videos. It's going to look really interesting with this background. Subscribe, like, talk to me. Take care. Goodbye.